Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest business chat with me, Glenys Chatterley from EBN, which you may know by now stands for Effective Business Network. Today I've got with me the amazing Maddie K. Now, the reason she's called Maddie K is because she says nobody gets her name right. So I'm going to let her introduce herself. So, Maddie, tell us what your surname is.
Thank you, Glenys, for the lovely introduction. So my surname is actually Koriasev, and it's a Russian name after my husband, and we never get it right.
Well, it's one of those things that everybody seems to be able to get any name wrong. I think that Glenys is very straightforward. It's amazing how many people call me Gladys or Glynis, or they don't get it right and they don't spell it right, or they put an apostrophe in. Yeah, so Maddie K works for me. I have often been called G by people who can't remember what my first name is, so that's okay. So, Maddie, tell me a little bit about what you do and how did you get to what you do now?
Okay, so I'm a utility warehouse partner. I started with the company in October last year, and it was around the time that I was looking to do something. I'm a mother. I have two under fives, and I really needed to chat with adults. I needed to feel human. So I was looking to find something for myself, and actually I was trying to build my own company, my own business, but the whole procedure with creating websites and everything else that comes with building your business was so time consuming, and I didn't have the time to do it. So when I came across Utility Warehouse, when I was introduced to it, the whole idea was so appealing to me because it literally ticked all the boxes. I was given a website, I was given a business, it was flexible enough, I could work around my family and all my other chores I had to do. So it was a godsend for me. Mm-hmm. So at the beginning, I started, as I said, in October. I'm only 1 year old within the company, but I absolutely love it. I wouldn't want to change it for the world. And I'm actually playing with the idea of being an entrepreneur rather than just going and get myself employed for somebody. So I'm there. I don't know where this is gonna go, but
and that's part of the excitement, really, isn't it? You know, not knowing where it's going to go. I know some people thrive on the having a plan and putting it in place and working on it. I sort of have never known what I was going to do, and I've often, I think every job I've ever had, I've happened into it because something happened and I thought, well, why not? Let's give that a try. So what were you doing before October last year? What were you doing?
It was quite a while since I was employed. My last position was as a manager in watch company. I was dealing with the repair department of that retailer, and this is how I met my husband, because he is the watchmaker repairing my watches. So it's a little bit of a story in there.
Fantastic. And you said that your husband is a Russian name. Are you Russian as well?
No, I'm Romanian. We met here. So I'm a Romanian citizen. He's a Russian citizen. Well, he's born in Lithuania, so that will make him a Lithuanian citizen. And we have two adorable British kids.
Fantastic. That's a lovely mix. And how long have you been in this country?
Since 2009. So that will make it, 12 years now? I think.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad we're doing this in English, because that's pretty much my only language, and I wouldn't stand a chance in Romanian, Lithuanian, Russian. I can only just manage English. I do struggle with it sometimes. So, that's fantastic. And it's great to see young people, because, you know, you might feel old with two kids under 5, but you're not. You know, the days may be looking long to you, but you'll get there, kid. But I think it's great to see younger people coming into business, whether it's about coming under a sort of a franchise label or just going out into the world. But I think if you're that kind of nature, you can't help yourself. You have to, and I think you show yourself to be an adventurous person, because I genuinely don't know whether I would have had that much of an adventure in me to travel to a country that wasn't mine and start a home there and all of that thing. So I've always got great admiration for people like yourself. It's fantastic to watch.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, well, you are welcome. So tell me, you were in the watchmaking, you've now gone into utility warehouse. What if somebody was wanting to look at their utilities or their phones or any of that? Why should they come to you rather than anybody else?
Well, first of all, everybody, I suppose, or I think, that everybody would like to pay less on their bills. If possible, nothing that would be perfect, because this is something that everybody has to do on a monthly basis. Now, if you have to do it, why not pay the minimum possible on those bills? So this is where I come in with utility warehouse, because in this moment, as you know, there's an energy crisis going on. So there are a lot of companies going bust. We have the big six that are gathering and collecting all the remaining customers that are now orphans, as they're called. So they end up going on a variable tariff with the big six. So this is going to be quite a bit increase on their tariffs. Whereas with utility warehouse, you are guaranteed to get at least 5% less of the off-gem cap. We also offer not just one type of service. So besides gas and electricity, we also offer broadband, landline, mobile services, as well as home and boiler insurance. And what we do, we put all these services on a single monthly bill and then drop the cost. So at the end, you're going to get a monthly bill discounted every single month. So if that's not good, I don't know what is.
And the other thing I like about UW is the fact that you have a card, which every time you shop on anything, they give you a discount. And the one I always remember is Thornton's is 7% discount. You get 7% of your bill at Thornton's goes on your electricity, etc. And I just think, if that's not an excuse to go to Thornton's on a regular basis, what do you need? So yeah.
Yes, we do. We do have a cashback card added on top to all the other things we offer, because it's not just the small tariffs and the cashback card. We also have freebies. If you change your meter to smart meters, you get £50 reward. On the current offer, we also top up the cashback card with £50 the first time you top it up yourself. So there are a few other bits that makes it more appealing. So yes, the cashback card gives you at least 1% back every single time you shop. And then if you shop with one of our 2,000 retailers that we have contracts with, you get back a maximum of 7% from the high street shops and 10% online.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's just really good. So one of the things that you mentioned was the fact that you thought you'd set up your own business, and just the sheer breadth of stuff you have to deal with to set up a business, that this has become UW fits the bill because you have all that. It's done, it's sorted, and it's been tried and tested. So, but you were saying also that you think you might become an entrepreneur and do other things. So tell me something you're thinking of doing, and this is going to go public, so anything you're going to patent, don't mention, okay?
I'm not sure what to say then.
Are these new inventions, or are they something you've always wanted to do?
So if I'm not allowed to say a name, then I can give you a hint as in the direction that I'm considering.
Yes.
What I like to do, what I've always liked to do, I think it was some type of an inner feeling I always got, was to help people. And this is what utility warehouse does. It helps people save money. So that's
Yes.
done. Tick the box. Now, the other thing that I came across, and I was surprised to see, maybe I didn't see it yet, on the UK market, are these oils, which are all nature-based, nature
Yeah.
plants and stuff.
Yeah.
And they seem to be extremely good, and they have amazing results. And I haven't seen them mentioned anywhere online at all in UK. So I'm thinking that maybe this is something that British people might be interested in, as in being new on the market as well. And again, it helps people get better faster, and it's alternative medicine.
Yeah, fantastic. That is, and I think one of the things that people who've listened to these, they know that, you know, I'm a great advocate for networking. Of course I am. But it's that thing that if you're thinking of doing something like that, you can talk to people at other businesses and say, what do you think of that idea? You know, do you think there's a market? You can do your research, but you can also reach out to people and just ask, as a business person, what do you think of this idea? And it means you don't have to, you can get good advice from potential customers, you know, so that's fantastic. So, well, we'll interview you again in what, 6 months, would you say, and see how you're getting on?
Quite possible, quite possible.
Yay, fantastic. So when you started, what do you, is there anything that you have realized, because you've obviously realized it takes a lot of work to set up a business, but is there anything else that you wish you'd have known at the beginning when you were first ever looking?
There is something that I learned through utility warehouse I wish I knew before. And that is, well, everybody knows, never give up, always keep going, and create your mind frame that keeps you going. But what I learned through utility warehouse, because they have an amazing personal development background and plan in place,
Yes.
to create your why, to think of that reason, that can change, of course, but that strong reason that drives you forward. And whenever you find yourself in doubt, or whenever you lose your mojo, or whenever some things, you know, we all always have customers that put us down, and they're not always the most pleasant of people. But instead of just leaving it all, and I said, that's it for me, I'm not gonna touch this anymore, that's it, just remember why you're doing it, and just brush yourself off and keep going. That's
yeah, it's one of my favorite quotes, and I can't remember who said it, but one of my favorite quotes is, failure is not the falling down, it's the staying down. And and one of the things I love about self-employed people is, and probably about other people, but it's just self-employed people, I see it more, you know, they'll be hit by a 2x4 and they fall on their knees, and then they get up, shake themselves and go, okay, what are we going to do next? You know, I think I noticed it when COVID hit, and, you know, businesses were told, that's it, you can't open for 12 weeks, you can't open for another, you can't. And some businesses went, okay, I'm closing doors, I'm going now. And a few of those that I know of, they were near to retirement, and they just took it as an opportunity and went, I'm going to finish and I'm going to start being retired now. But most of the people I met were, you know, affected by the rules, but they just kept going. And for me, part of that was because they networked with other people who supported them and said, well, perhaps you could try that, or yes, I've had that problem, perhaps we could talk about that. And it is, sometimes I think having contacts is not just about what people know, but it's having people that you can just ring up and go, ah, that wasn't the plan. How does that work? You know, so, but yeah, that's good. So let me ask you then, I know you've got 2 kids under 5, you've got a business that you're running, you've got a house to keep going and a husband to support, and he supports you as well. Because for those of you who don't know, that we're doing this a little later in the day, because then the children are being supervised by another adult.
I send them off.
You said, yeah, you're done, they're done. So tell me a little bit about what you do with any spare time you've got, assuming there is a few minutes in any day.
So during the day, during the weekdays, not so much. So every single the spare time I get will be during the weekend, and I'm trying to take them places,
Right.
adventure island, somewhere where they will have fun. Because
Yeah.
at their age, this is what matters the most.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting out of utility warehouse pretty much goes towards their fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. I think also that somebody once said that kids won't remember if their clothes weren't exactly as they should be, or that they had to eat chip butties twice on a, you know, or whatever. What they'll remember is how much fun they had when they were kids. There's a thing on television, an advert at the moment, and the guy's talking about his dog, and he says it used to do this and this and this, and the thing he taught me was you should have fun. And anybody who's ever listened to any of my stuff knows that was my number one rule when I became self-employed. You have to have fun, because if you're not, you could stay working for somebody else and probably get initially more money and definitely get less responsibility and certainly a lot less worry. So thank you for this time. This has been really interesting, and I've been thinking all the way through that I want to ask you, are you thinking in Romanian and translating into English, or do you think in English?
I came to the point where I'm actually thinking in English, and
Oh,
when
fantastic.
when you're talking to me, I'm not thinking of what I'm saying. I'm just my mouth is opening and words come out.
Do your children speak different languages?
No. I wish they would. I wish they will learn a bit of Romanian, learn a bit of Russian. It's so important to know a foreign language. Besides English, I also speak Italian, so that is really useful as well. And I do understand Spanish. I can't really speak it. Anyway, it's really important, and it helped me so much in life to be able to express myself in different languages than my own. And that's what I would like for them as well.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed it will happen.
Yeah, my beloved, one of his nephews, his mother is Romanian, his father is English, but they live in France. So Luke could change between languages depending on who he's talking to, and he seems to have it's no effort for him to do that. And I've noticed, I mean, he's older now, he's 18 now, and he just is able to do that switching. And he patently, I mean, I'm guessing he thinks in French because that's where he was brought up and is living. But he can do that other switch, and I think it's amazing to watch. As I say, as somebody who's only just getting a grip of English, I can do a little bit of German. My French is, I can ask for a few bits and say thank you and please. But I did 5 years of study of French and never really got the hang of it. So German a bit more, but I think it's more like English than it was than French is. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Gwen.
I look forward to seeing you again. And for the rest, please listen to and watch the end of this recording. Please subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends, and if you want, come back next week, because we'll have either another guest or it'll be me just musing really to camera and telling you what I'm thinking about that day. But for now, thank you very much. Have fun.
Thank you.